Are we live?
Yep.
Hi everybody, happy Sunday. This is Christine Espinoza with Helene's team at Remax Fine Properties, and if you like our page, then you have probably been watching our Facebook Live videos where we interview different people in the community and business owners and kind of give you a sneak peek into what's going on in our community. And the video today is, I'm really touched and excited to share with everybody else. This is a different kind of video than our other ones because we're going to talk about a really special story with a Scottsdale resident who has just gone through something that none of us would ever wish upon our worst enemy to have to go through, but has the best attitude and just a really inspiring story. And there's an event coming up tomorrow night that I would love for you all to know about and hopefully attend. So I would like for you all to meet Jamie Korn.
Hi.
Thank you for letting us invade your house, which she just moved into. So Jamie has a beautiful 7-year-old daughter, Bridget, who has just undergone a ton, months and months and months of cancer treatment. And there's a big fundraiser tomorrow night, which I'll give you more details about in a little bit. But I want to give Jamie the opportunity to share her story and let everyone know what the heck you've been going through over the past year.
Yeah, so my daughter Bridget is 7. At the time she was just 6, and she was playing soccer, and she was kicked between the shin guard and the cleat.
Happens all the time.
Yep, a very small area, and she came running off the soccer field crying hysterically and said, ow, 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 and proud mom moment. I just told her to rub some dirt on it and go back in and play. She played in the soccer game on Saturday and was limping, and she came off the field and said her legs still hurt from being kicked several days before. So that was on a Saturday. Monday we went to the doctor. Tuesday we were called and said to go get an x-ray.
Was it like big and swollen?
No.
Or she just was complaining that it hurt?
She was just complaining it hurt. It hurt to touch, but it didn't. It seemed a little bit swollen, but it was nothing.
Probably didn't think
alarming.
anything of it. Kids get kicked all the time in soccer.
They get kicked all the time. So, but I was like, it was hurting her, and she was really limping, and so I thought we should get it checked out. So the doctor, told us to go get an x-ray, and literally from that moment on, it was a complete whirlwind. Between the x-ray, they told us to go to a specialist. Right from the specialist, they said you need an MRI. Something looked iffy on the x-ray. From that, we had an MRI. We were sent to a bone specialist who said this is either a bone infection or it's cancer, of which, your heart stops.
Probably the last thing you would ever think.
Never. So, of course, you're thinking it couldn't be. There's no way. And so that was on a Tuesday. She had a bone biopsy on Wednesday, and on Friday, I was on my way home from work, and they called and said what we were hoping would be a bone infection was not, and that in fact she had osteosarcoma, which is a type of bone cancer. And yeah, I mean, I remember the day vividly, but at the same time it's like a complete blur. I don't remember telling my husband. I called him. I don't remember having that conversation with him, but I remember very vividly telling Bridget that she had cancer. And
did she understand? I mean, as a 6-year-old, did she? Well, she did. She knew about cancer. Tell us that, and then we'll come back to the story.
Yeah.
Your sweet little daughter had a friend with cancer.
Yeah, so ironically, Bridget had a friend who was diagnosed at 6 months old with an inoperable brain tumor. So I'm an instructor at Lifetime Fitness, and we do a big fundraiser every year for St. Jude, and it's called Ride for a Reason. And I wanted to teach my children what it was like to give back. And so Bridget helped me with Ride for a Reason, and for Lily, who was her friend who was diagnosed with that inoperable brain tumor. So we created Team Lily, and with the help of Bridget and a lot of other people, we helped raise about $20,000 for St. Jude.
Wow, and this is before anything happened to Bridget.
Yep, this was the year prior, and Lily benefited from all the clinical trials at St. Jude, but was not a patient. But we used Lily's story to help bring awareness to childhood cancer. So we raised about $20,000. Lily came to the event and danced around with Bridget. Bridget held up a sign that said, "I want to help kids with cancer," in April of 2017.
So that's a year before she actually became diagnosed.
Yeah.
So when you told her she had cancer, she was clear. She knew what that meant.
Yep, she knew exactly
And
what it
how
meant.
was she?
Yeah, she
How
looked
was
at
her
me in the
response?
face and she shook her head side to side and started crying and said, "No, Mommy, no." And I looked at her and I didn't cry. I cried many other times, but I didn't cry when I told her. And I said, "You are strong. You are a fighter. We're going to fight this and you're going to beat this." And I wanted to show her that, you know, we were going to be okay. And if I cried, I knew she would be scared.
Yeah.
So
That's when the mom instincts take over and you do what you have to do for your kids.
Yes. And so, you know, I very, very vividly remember telling her and just reassuring her that we were going to beat this. And because we had done this fundraiser for St. Jude and I knew about St. Jude, I knew that it was an opportunity to see if it was even possible to receive treatment from them.
Is it hard? Now, I don't personally, I see the commercials about St. Jude, and of course they have a wonderful reputation, but I don't know a lot about St. Jude. Is it difficult to get your child into St. Jude? Do they have to fall under a certain category?
Yeah, so they only take a certain amount of patients a year, as well as they do a lot of clinical trials and research. It's a children's research hospital. So we were blessed that we did apply, and Bridget was not doing a clinical trial, standard protocol for osteosarcoma, but they did accept us. So we were so blessed that we were accepted. She was diagnosed on Friday, February 2nd. On that Monday, we were accepted, and we arrived that following Sunday. So within a week, we were at St. Jude.
That's amazing. Which St. Jude, by the way, is in Memphis. I just learned that myself. So
Memphis, Tennessee. Far.
they had to leave. Yes, you two, right? You and Bridget had to leave. Jamie has an older son and a husband who stayed here, and they flew off to Memphis. And how long were you there?
We were there over 40 weeks. My mom came with us, thank goodness, because if it weren't for her, she was the silent backbone. But she came with us, and my husband and my son stayed here and traveled back and forth, of which was not as often as we liked because it was very, very expensive. There's only 2 direct flights to Memphis a day from Phoenix. So they came as much as they possibly could over the 40 plus weeks that we were there. Bridget received 10 weeks of chemotherapy, followed by amputation of her right leg below the knee. And then she followed with another, what were supposed to be 22 weeks of chemo. She had some setbacks, some delays. Her counts were not up to par at times, so we had some delays, and so it did take longer for us to finish. She still has a wound that hasn't healed, so we had some time at the end of treatment again that she couldn't leave because we had to have some procedures done to her leg, and she still has to have a surgery in the beginning of December, of which we'll have to go back to St. Jude for.
So are you still working? Jamie's working. When your child is sick, you do what you have to do. So you've been with the same company for how many years?
20 years. I work for Payne Golf Equipment. I've been there for 20 years, and they've been amazing. I did take a reduced amount of hours and a pay cut to be able to work remotely, and I did the best I could while I was gone, trying to care for my daughter and then work while we were gone. And I still work for the company, and they've been amazing, and I'm so blessed to have been able to stay employed during this time.
Yeah, that's very wonderful of them. But the thing is that people don't think about, it's wonderful if you have health insurance, and thank God, but regardless of if you have health insurance, there are so many expenses that come into play when you have to go through something like this, having one income cut in half or diminished significantly, having to fly the whole family back and forth. They had to buy a new house so that they could get a house that would have accommodations for their daughter, because she's missing a leg now, so she has to be able to have bathrooms and tell us about that.
Yeah, so my husband sold our house, my car, all kinds of stuff while we were gone.
While she was gone.
Yes, and so we arrived home on Friday night, and so we were standing in front of, kind of between 2 houses, and I had asked my husband which was our house, because I hadn't been in it since we'd been gone, but we had to gut the bathrooms because all the bathrooms have to have special needs for Bridget. They all have to have benches and pull-up bars and faucets and things to allow her to be able to take a shower when she can, because she still can't even because of her wound. But yeah, so we had to make all these accommodations, which obviously are quite costly.
Yes, and I was actually, because I'm in real estate, so I walk in, it's like, oh, nice floors, nice counters, nice this. And it's amazing that they just through, texting, looking at Pinterest, figured out the finishes you wanted, and her husband took care of remodeling this house that Jamie saw once for 5 minutes so that it would be ready once they came home. And it looks great.
Oh, thank you.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's so great to be home, but at the same time, I feel like a stranger in my new home too.
Oh, I bet.
So, yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
Now, Bridget's room is adorable. I have 2 boys, so I especially love seeing little girls' rooms. It's pink and girly and pretty.
Yes.
And you got that room, you got help with her room, right?
Yes.
By some friends.
Phoenix Cancer Support Network helped purchase the furniture for Bridget, so they were amazing. And then Kiki Dupay is a friend of mine, and she helped coordinate the mural on Bridget's wall. And then from there, just people started donating and just bought things off of a registry and redid Bridget's room, and she came home to this just amazing room.
Oh,
And
that's
it's so special. People
awesome.
People are amazing and so generous, and Bridget's just been so excited. She came home and she didn't leave the room the rest of the night. She just played on the floor with her stuff and was just so excited to be in her house.
She just, walking in here too, she just has just a happy little face.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, she's been able to meet some really amazing people through St. Jude who have, really supported her. And it sounds like she's just, she's on the poster of St. Jude, right? In the advertisements.
Yeah, she's done quite a bit. She did a FedEx commercial. She was able to do the advertisements for Thanks for Giving that's coming up this coming month with the Today Show. So she's done a lot of things.
That's really neat.
Yeah, St. Jude provides such a warm environment when you think these kids are going through such a terrible time, and they just try and make it as happy or as fun as possible when it's such a, just a very challenging time of their lives.
Right. So, back to all the expenses. Obviously, they need help, and so a bunch of friends have come together and put on, it's going to actually be a really fun event tomorrow night. It's Veterans Day, so if you don't have to work, you can rest up during the day. And then it's an event for the whole family. So you can go, you can bring your kids, you don't have to bring your kids. It's going to be at the Victorium, which is a gym, little gnats, a gym off of Bell Road and Pima, east of the 101. So if you know where the ice den is, it's on the north side of Bell, kind of near the ice den. And it's tomorrow night from 6:30 to 8:30. And tell us a little bit about who's going to be there, what to expect, what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, so it's great. Just like you had said, it's for the whole family to come. You can come with your kids, and Jump Athletic is going to be there, a basketball group and club team, and they're going to have coaches there, so your kids can come and play basketball while you go and shop. There's
silent auction.
Yep, there's silent auction items, tons of great silent auction items. You can also shop. There'll be different companies there. I'm going to say it wrong, but it's Vitasana, excuse me. Vitasana, which is workout apparel, they're going to be there. Stella and Dot's going to be there. Lip Sense is going to be there. So you can shop, you can do the silent auction. There's food and beverages, all while your kids play. So there's tons of fun things to do.
Nice.
So it's just a fun night to be out there and, just come and have some fun.
Is there a program, or can you just pop in anytime between 6:30 and 8:30?
It's open from 6:30 to 8:30, so pop in whenever you can. If you can come earlier or later, whatever works best for your schedule.
And your whole family's going to be there.
Yes,
You can meet Jamie and her husband Eric, and your older son Brennan, and Bridget will be there too. So you can meet her and see her sweet little happy face, and have some fun too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also wanted to say, if you can't make it tomorrow night, there are still ways to help this family. They have a GoFundMe account, so you can go to GoFundMe/buildupbridget.com, and you can also donate to St. Jude. They've, ultimately you donate to St. Jude, and that's helping Bridget and many other children who are in situations like this. And let's see, did I miss anything? What else?
No, I would just say a percentage of the proceeds will go directly to us, to our family, and to help Bridget during this time, as well as a percentage will go to St. Jude. We're just eternally grateful for their ability to cure Bridget, and she's cancer-free, and she's home, and we're just
That's the
so
big news.
blessed.
She's
Yes.
cancer-free. That's
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah. So we're so blessed, and we're so grateful for St. Jude and for all of the people here in the Valley that have supported us from the time Bridget was diagnosed. I mean, we have felt the love all the way to Memphis and back. I mean, when we came home on Friday night, there were hundreds of people lining our street.
Wow, how awesome is that?
And cheered
In a
Bridget
new
home.
neighborhood that they don't even know you guys yet,
Yeah.
and that's just so cool.
It's been great. It's been great. We're so blessed. So we're just forever grateful.
So let's keep the blessings going, everybody. Come tomorrow night, and you can also follow. It's so cute. Bridget's Instagram, right?
Yes.
Her Instagram page, Bridget Strong.
At Bridget Strong 1.
Bridget Strong 1. She's got lots of cool photos on there, and a lot of people following her.
Yes.
So that's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you.
So thanks everybody for listening today, and hopefully you can show up tomorrow. I'll also put in the comments to in the description of the video, the links you can click on to the GoFundMe accounts. So hopefully see you tomorrow at Valerium, 6:30 to 8:30.
Thank you.
Bye.